welcome to part 2 of our road trip. We ended up in Exmouth at Caravan Park because of the storms that were coming, and they hit last night. We're going to be hanging around for Exmouth for a couple of days and exploring this area before we head into the national park and Kurrajong campsite. Where are we, Amanda?
We are at Potshot Memorial, I think it's called, and we're going to go and see. I think it's something to do with World War II or something that happened in history. Anyway, we'll read the signs.
Yeah, because we've not really got any idea what it's about. So Operation Potshot was basically American submarine base in the Gulf where they were going to do repairs, refueling and things like that. It didn't turn out particularly successful because of poor weather conditions. It was too rough to do anything out there. And then the Crate is a pretty amazing story. It's a team of Australian Army?
Like S1 Navy, I guess. They were on the ocean. So.
Yeah. In a Japanese fishing boat which was renamed the Crate, which they basically cruised, well, they disguised themselves but painted themselves brown and then cruised into Singapore harbour, stuck a load of limpet mines on the ships, Japanese ships part there, and sunk them, and then got out.
They then did another operation which was based on that went horribly wrong, and they were captured and they all died.
So yeah.
But yeah, all in World War II and a bit of history, and yeah, good to see it remembered.
Yeah, very interesting.
At Currajong on Cape Range. We arrived a day late because we hid out in Exmouth for 2 nights at a caravan park. There was a big storm coming through, which passed over last night, and we had thunder and lightning and lots of rain, but we packed up this morning after surviving that. We drove into the national park and have got our spot at Currajong. It is beautiful. The water is really clear, far clearer than it was at 14 Mile, and we're looking forward to a bit of a snorkeling this, we think. I think this afternoon we're going to have a bit of lunch. We're going to head up and do the Mandu Mandu walk, so I'm not quite sure how far it is, but we'll take you on the walk with us. So this is the walk we're going to do. It's the Mandu Mandu Gorge, class 5, 3 kilometres, about 2 hours. It's class 4. It's 1:05 in the afternoon. Not always the best time to walk, but it's been a bit cooler, so we should be good. We've got water, and we're off. So I think we're walking along what would be a stream or a riverbed. It's full of big pebbles. It's pretty hard to walk on, actually, and you can see there the cliff edge of the gorge I so need to learn geology a bit better and understand what all of these things are called. But anyway, it's pretty good so far. So we're now just climbing up out of the riverbed. You can see the ocean right in the distance and the sides of the gorge, which looks pretty
gorgeous.
And we got a bit more of a climb up there.
We just saw a sign that said cliff risk area, and then the poles will suddenly show us the way, which was down a cliff.
Okay.
All right, now my turn.
Well, we've survived the storm of Exmouth and we have left the town and headed into Cape Range National Park. We have got a site booked at Kurrajong. We've stayed here before. It's our favourite really of the campsites. We've looked at a few of the others. We find this has got a bit of shelter over the dunes to the beach, and also it's sort of centrally located on the Cape Road, about halfway down, so no matter where you want to go, whichever way you want to go, you can either turn left or right and go whichever way you want to go. So we'll show you around. So all these sites have a camp post. That's where our camp post stays, and you report to them for your booked site. They do a drive-by, maintain the toilets, check everyone's going okay. These ones have been really friendly. The ones at 14 Mile were, they didn't seem very interested, but these ones are great. So this is our site at Currajong, site 26. You can see the van is set up. It's a nice big open space, and yeah, plenty of bush. No dingoes, no echidnas, no snakes, no emus as yet.
All sites have wheelie bins for your rubbish, and then the long drops. Now these are the cleanest long drops, non-smelly. They're great.
I think it must just be the way that they've designed them here in these depot sites, because you go to other places and they're never that perfect. But yeah, all of the ones on the Cape Range are just, they smell fresh and fruity and not stinky, and
bucket of blue stuff. And the other thing that amazes me is there's not even any cobwebs. You can get to the beach really easy from the caravan park, and nice well-defined path. There's the ocean. Now we've been snorkeling here a few times, and there's some big bommies and coral out there with loads of fish. We have seen turtles swimming around,
You can see the outer reef just there with the waves breaking on it, but we've obviously been just snorkeling around in this inner area here.
So last time we were here there were all these reddy browny round jellyfish things. Thankfully there's none of those here.
And hardly any weed!
So, which is good. You might have noticed weed mentioned a few times in our last video. We'll show you where the van is. So the path up to the beach is just there on the left. And if I pan around and I'm going to try and point to our caravan, which is up there.
I think the only thing that this site at Currajong has missing is a sunset picnic table. So we had North Currajong for a few nights last time we were here, and that has up on the dunes, a little picnic table, and you can congregate for a sundowner drink. That doesn't have this, so people tend to just have their sundowner drinks at their van, as opposed to debriefing on the day up on the hill, which was actually quite nice, I think, sometimes. So.
This is the Yardie Creek trail, heading up towards the gorge. I've just come down, we're in a bit of a sort of canyon bit here, but I thought I'd do some filming because it's out the wind. It's only a 2k walk, it is a class 4, and lots and lots of rock wallabies. I took a picture of one yesterday which I will post, and we're going on the boat trip up Yardie Creek at 12:30, so hopefully we'll show you some of that. Oh, and just out of interest, if you want to know, the Yardie Creek car park there is really good Telstra signal, 4 bars. Looks like it's satellite linked, but it's, yeah, really good and strong.
Yardie Creek now. Not sure you'll hear this noise over the wind, but there's a whole load of bats. They're called vampire bats hanging from the trees.
They're not called.
Oh, they're not called, but you told me they were.
Vampire bats are...
Mark told me they were vampire bats, so I believed him. Apparently they're not vampire bats, but they're making a squawking noise.
So this is Yardie Creek. We've just come off the boat tour. This is where you cross Yardie Creek and head south to Mandu Mandu, and it's broken through the sandbar. Last time we were here it was we could just drive straight across. Interesting to see somebody come across. And apparently it stays like this for
3 years?
3 years, yeah.
Sometime last year, and it'll stay like it for 3 years.
We said part of the reason we left Warra Station early was because of there's going to be some bad weather coming in. We had that. I would have hopefully put that footage in from while we were in the Exmouth Caravan Park. But the other issue we were having was with the batteries not charging particularly well. It was very overcast, it was very warm, and we have the mighty Thetford 274 litre compressor fridge, so that just runs on off the 12 volt system, no gas. So when it's really hot it does draw a lot of power, and we just weren't getting the solar input that we would normally get on a sunny day. Battery was dropping down to 40%. One day we did plug our neighbour's generator in for a couple of hours. They were also having issues and they got the same fridge. But since we've arrived in Exmouth, we are now, let me just spin this round, only ever dropping down to about 80% overnight, and hopefully you can see that. Not too much reflection, it's quite bad. But you know, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, the sun's not that high in the sky, but we're drawing 6.5 amps of solar in at the moment. So batteries aren't going to be a problem. While we're here, we have got two 100 amp hour lithium, 120 amp hour lithium batteries from iTech World. And we've also got a 100 amp lithium in the back of the car, which we could theoretically plug into the van as well. Anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. So this is Turquoise Bay. We've come out to Osprey today. Beautiful stretch of beach. I have been snorkeling in the ocean and seen lots of fish and even a turtle. So you'll either see that or I'll be showing it you at some point. Amazing coastline, just like all along Cape Range. The beaches are stunning. This one, it's got sand and the rocks, beautiful turquoise ocean. It's just an amazing, beautiful place. So one of the things that we bought when we got the new car was these tough terrain seat covers. We wanted something that we could just put on really easily to protect the seats a little bit, and these have really come into their own this holiday. They're made of like a neoprene type fabric. You can just roll them up really small and easy like that. You then pull them out, you literally pop the thing over the headrest, and there you go, seat is covered. What we're tending to do then is in an evening when we get back and we've been wet on the seat, we just pull it forward so that it's off the seat, and by the morning it's dry.
ready to go again. They've been great at stopping the wet bathers getting on the leather seats, and also great at catching all the sand. So really recommend giving those a go. So those of you that have watched some of our other videos may have noticed that we have changed our mat outside the van. We always used to have a sea gear mat. We decided it wasn't quite long enough, so we investigated some other options. And we've gone with this one that is made from recycled plastic. It's called Mats by Design. And we've been really pleased with it. It sort of gives almost feels like a carpet outside your van. Sweeps off really easily, and even when you spill a whole glass of wine over it, which occurred last night,
it was an accident,
then it's sort of rinsed off fairly easily and swept off, and it was done. So yeah, quite enjoying it, quite liking it. Maybe if you're in the market for a new mat, consider that as an option.
These two came for breakfast and they had a bit of muesli. They now want afternoon tea, I think. In fact, I'll show the picture. One of them, was even on the step of the caravan when we were inside. Today was our last day in Cape Range National Park, staying at Currajong. As you can probably see from the sky behind me, it's been a little bit overcast today, quite humid now. Tomorrow we start to head south again. We've still got just under a week before we're home, so we're stopping in Caravan tomorrow, just to break up the journey, and then we're heading into Denham to explore Shark Bay and that region. So once we get there, we'll show you what we find there, and that'll be probably in the next video. So if you enjoy our videos, please like, subscribe, drop us a comment, and we'll see you next time.